This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Time for the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. My name is Loyd Kirby. I am the marketing manager here at WLCN, as well as the host of the 4 p.m. 411. And as we do most Tuesdays, we have someone from the area with some information to share or some information about their organization. And today we actually have both. So Ellen Orns is here. She is the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln and in Bloomington, correct?
Yes.
Both of those.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Oh, sure. I'm glad you could make it. So, well, where shall we start? Do you want to start? I know you've got a big event coming up. Actually, a couple events, one in Lincoln and one in Bloomington. Why don't we start with the Bloomington one so that we can tell people about that, and we'll tell them again at the end of the show. And
awesome. Okay. So we are a nonprofit, and every spring we have our walk fundraiser, and that's where we just ask people to sign up to be a walker and raise support for the Pregnancy Resource Center. Then we come together on April 25th, and we have a celebration about what was was raised in just that community. And when we all come together, we're going to have face painting for the kids. We have door prizes, incentives, lots of food. We'll feed you well. And so it's a fun family event. This year, we have an event for both the Lincoln and the Bloomington location, but we're going to have one celebration together.
Oh, okay.
So we decided that we really wanted to be able to celebrate both communities well. So we're putting all of our resources into that one celebration location.
Right, and that is Saturday, April 25th. Looks like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. rather.
Yes.
At Christchurch PCA, 1301 North Linden Street in Normal.
Yes.
And notice I've got the information up on the screen here for the live video stream. There's also a QR code for folks to scan to register. They need to register if they will be attending that event.
Well, it helps us. It helps us to be able to plan. Now, we have some people that plan on doing it, and they walk in and they just give their own support. They can still participate in the walk and the prizes and the incentives that we have going on. So that's welcome to anybody. But it does help us plan for the day. If you register ahead of time, it gives you more time to reach out to friends and family to raise that support for us.
Absolutely. And you mentioned you're a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
Are there like a top 3 items or top 3 things that you are in need of support for, funding for?
So we just the financial support, because we have to raise our budget for every year. So we are a medical clinic. Most of our services happen in Bloomington. We're open Monday through Thursday in Bloomington, and then we're open on Thursdays in Lincoln.
Okay.
Now, if somebody in the Lincoln area needs support before then, we will definitely reach out to you, and if we can see you in Bloomington, a lot of times people choose to come to either Bloomington or Springfield. It seems to be the way that they go. We're welcome them, and we'll get them in as soon as possible.
Okay, and you mentioned if folks are in need of services before a Thursday, what services do you offer there at the centers?
So, like I said, we are a medical clinic. We are here for people that are facing an unplanned pregnancy. We're just there to help answer the question, am I pregnant? How far along am I? Is this a viable pregnancy? Meaning that it's in the uterus. It's not an ectopic pregnancy that they're dealing with. So we're able to do the pregnancy tests. We can do the ultrasounds. And then we also have additional medical services that we do limited STI testing, and we also do abortion pill reversal services. So if somebody has started that chemical abortion and they've changed their mind, they can reach back out to us, and there's help that's available to them that way.
Okay.
So those are the medical services that we offer.
And then as far as those services go, are there any kind of requirements in terms of you must be a resident of Logan County or Lincoln or a certain income level or have a certain insurance carrier, anything like that?
No, all of the services are offered 100% free. We're not going to ask for any insurance. We're not asking you to qualify in any way. If you call and make an appointment and you need a pregnancy test or an ultrasound, we'll serve you.
Okay, very good. If you have questions for Ellen Orns, first of all, if you're watching the live stream, there's another name on there of Becca Yance.
Yance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was originally going to be here, but had something come up and couldn't make it. So that's why if you're watching the live stream, you're seeing 2 names rather than just one when I'm showing Ellen on the camera. But also, if you have questions of Ellen, 217-648-5510, the number to call. You can also email your questions if you'd rather send them and not be on the air. You can send those to 4pm411@wlcnonline.com. So we've been talking about some of the services at the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center. We talked about this when you were on the show before, the fact that even though the name is Living Alternatives, some folks might read that and think, okay, there's a certain mindset or philosophy or approach that the clinic takes. Mm-hmm. But as you've said before, that is not really the case, that you're just simply a service provider.
Right. So we look at it as everybody's has value. So, but sometimes I feel like people forget about the woman. So we're just there to answer her questions. Sometimes when you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, it can be kind of shocking. So we're not going to judge anybody for their circumstances. We're not going to coerce anybody into any particular decision. It's her decision, and we understand that. But we respect her enough to give her the information she needs. Is it a viable pregnancy? I forget the percentage, but there's a large percentage of pregnancies that end in miscarriage on a regular basis. So why face that decision that you may or may not have to make if it's not even a viable pregnancy? So we're going to check for that. We'll check, is it in the uterus? Does it have a heartbeat? How far along are you? And answer those questions. Then we also want them to know that, hey, you're not alone. People actually do care about you. We have support services with our parenting education program where you're going to get the education. You can get a mentor that will walk along that pregnancy with you and support you through that. And then you're going to be able to earn things like diapers, wipes, clothing, car seats, cribs, the things that you need to be successful if you choose to parent.
Okay, very good. So we're at almost 10 after, so we'll go ahead and take our first break now. Once again, our guest is Ellen Orns. She is the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln as well as in Bloomington. Once again, if you have questions, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email those questions 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more from Ellen Orns.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to the 4PM 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. As we mentioned before the break, our guest is Ellen Orns. She's the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln as well as Bloomington. I picked up on it before the break, something you'd said, and I wanted to ask you about it to clarify. You mentioned that folks participating in the various education programs and things have the opportunity to earn diapers and wipes and clothing and other things. Can you tell me a little bit more about that earning aspect?
Absolutely. So when we've set our program up to be where she is receiving the education she needs and she's getting the mentorship with somebody that's going to be with her through that pregnancy, but also so that she's earning the things that she needs to take care of her baby. So things like coming to the classes, participating in the lesson program, going to your Hope, but your health department or your medical doctor appointments, all of these things add together and they earn what we call baby bucks. And we have a boutique where they can spend those bucks and they can use it for clothing. We have everything from diapers and wipes to lotions and baby wash to clothing and little shoes. They can earn, we purchase new car seats, cribs, and mattresses. And then any of the other donations that we receive that for like strollers or the baby bath or whatever those things are needing, that she can use the baby bucks towards those type of things.
Oh, very nice. And the philosophy behind that is basically so they stay engaged with the program and learn more.
I mean, I think we don't want it to be a handout, because women are strong and capable of so many things. So it's that investment in her that she's valuable, and so she's going to earn to be able to take care of her child.
Okay, very nice. And you mentioned there are services in Lincoln as well as in Bloomington.
Yes.
So you have obviously staff members who administer those services. Can you tell us a little bit about your staff and the things they do?
So we have a registered nurse, a licensed professional in the state of Illinois, and she oversees the services both in the Bloomington and the Lincoln location. We also have an RDMS and a travel nurse that can go to Lincoln as well. We have an assistant director, Becca, if she would have been able to be with us. She is the assistant director in Lincoln, so she's there every Thursday. And the other staff members in Bloomington also help to support the Lincoln location. So it's based on what people are needing. So we are open, like I said, every Thursday, and we're available for those HOPE programs, and Becca helps run it in Lincoln. And then if there's medical services that are needed, one of our nurses will come over, or we can see you in Bloomington.
Okay. Once again, our guest is Ellen Orns with the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center of Lincoln and Bloomington. So I don't know if there is a typical first appointment, but if a young lady finds herself in need of services or just has questions or whatever it might be and shows up on your doorstep, can you kind of talk about what happens once they come through the door, if there's like an intake process or how things are handled there?
It's pretty much like any other doctor's office, except for you're not filling out that insurance information. So we're going to take a picture of your ID just like you would at a medical doctor. You're going to fill out the request for services and answer the questions of what you're needing to do for that day. You'll come in, you'll do the pregnancy test, and then you'll do the intake with the nurse. And she'll go over all the medical questions that you may or may not have, and she'll give you the results. If you're far enough along, which is 6 weeks, right around 6 weeks, the nurse can do an ultrasound for you. Before that time, it's just not possible to see anything, but after 6 weeks, we can do the ultrasound, and that's when we're going to be checking for the viability of the pregnancy. Okay.
And you mentioned to me last time you were here, and you confirmed it, that all of your staff members there are females.
Yes, we are all female staff.
And that's
on purpose.
Right.
Yes, we're not going to ask a woman that is trying to figure out what to do add that extra layer of having a male. We don't discriminate against, but we just feel that it's more comfortable for her to have that female relationship.
All right. And you mentioned before there are several different types of services that you offer in addition to educational services, medical services, and then you have some support services as well.
Yes. So we have perinatal grief support. So if somebody has received a life-limiting diagnosis during their pregnancy, or they've experienced some sort of pregnancy loss, a miscarriage, or fetal demise at delivery, or any of those things, we have a variety of different support services that we can offer her, and it's all based on what she's wanting to do. Some people want a lot of conversation up front. Sometimes you have to kind of sit with the grief a little bit, but we are there to support her through that. If somebody also, I forgot to mention this to you earlier, but if they are wanting to carry the pregnancy but not sure if they want to parent and they want to form an adoption plan, we're there to support her while she's making those decisions, help connect her with with the appropriate authorities to make those type of decisions. And then if somebody has had an abortion in their past, like I said, we're not going to judge them. We all have things in our past, so we're not going to judge, but we are there to support her. So if she's struggling with that decision, wants to talk about it, we have the one-on-one mentorship that we can do with that, and we can take it as far as she wants to go for that support. We also have retreats twice a year where they can really go and just kind of deal with some of that and work through that situation.
And in addition to supporting the, what do you call them, clients or
clients?
Yeah, okay. In addition to supporting the clients, you also do some things sort of generally for the community as well.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Curbside care, and I know you've got an event coming up. Can you tell us what that is and,
Yes.
and how folks take part in it?
So once a month in Lincoln, we have a day where we are open 9 to 4, so you can come in anytime that day, and it's called Curbside Care. You can either call, we usually put a sign out front, you can call if you're not able to get out of your car, or you can just come in and fill out a little bit of paperwork, get some diapers and wipes for your child. No questions asked, you don't have to be part of our program, it's just open to the community. And that we do that every other month in Bloomington. So we just had that event in Bloomington just this last Wednesday, but the April 30th, so the last Thursday of the month, is when we're going to do it again in Lincoln.
Right. I've got the dates up on the video: Thursday, April 30th, as well as May 28th and June 11th. The other date, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., although it does say while supplies last. So get there early, I guess, would be a good plan. And that's at the center located at 308 North Union Street in Lincoln. You also mentioned folks can call ahead.
Yes, if you know that you're going to be coming, we can get all that ready for you, and you wouldn't even have to get out of your car. You can just call when you get there, sign a little bit of paperwork, and we can get you on your way.
Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and take our second break now. Once again, we're speaking with Ellen Orns from the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln, as well as in Bloomington. We'll invite you to tune in next week when our guest will be Molly McCain from the LMH Health Collaborative. She's going to talk about an upcoming walking program they will be sponsoring. But as I mentioned, we have Ellen Orns here until 4:30, and if you have questions, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email us the questions, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more from Ellen Orns.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Our guest once again until 4:30 is Ellen Orns. She is the director of the Bloomington and Lincoln Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Centers, or center, I guess, with 2 sites. We've been talking about some different services offered by the organization, but we also mentioned it is a nonprofit organization, and everything costs money these days.
It does.
So you've got a fundraiser event coming up, which we talked about before, and we'll get the specifics out again soon. But you also mentioned to me during the break you've got some different incentives and door prizes and things going on. Can you elaborate on those?
Absolutely. So we have, like I said, it's like 2 locations, 2 different events with 1 celebration time frame. But we have a goal to raise between the 2 locations $115,000, and I know that's a lot. We have raised about 45% towards the Bloomington goal and about 16% towards the Lincoln goal. So we are well on our way, and we know that the very end is when people really start to reach out and ask the people. But we have it set up that anybody that raises any amount of money will get our 2026 T-shirt, and then we have incentive levels that people can earn individually. So if you raise $300, $600, $900, and $1,200, there's different levels. We have a sweatshirt that matches the theme for the year. We have a gift card to a local business. We have some cool bags with some swag on it that they can earn. We also have some really fun door prizes. So everybody gets a chance to gather door prizes, and then you get to pick which prizes you want to go to. So we have local businesses in both Bloomington and Lincoln that have donated door prizes. We have massages. We have coffee company, coffee shops, local restaurants. Moe's is some of the. Then we have, I'm trying to remember all of them. Portillo's, I think, was on there. So we have a lot of really fun door prizes that we put together that anybody can win. So, and then on top of that, we have Bremer Jewelry has sponsored our top 3 Walker gifts, where they're giving out an amethyst and diamond necklace to the top 3 people that raise the most money. So we try to make it as fun as possible. We got some crafts for the kids. We're going to have face painting. We're going to walk on the Constitution Trail in Bloomington there.
Nice.
And so it's a fun morning.
All right. And once again, that is
April 25th.
April 25th.
Yes.
Saturday, April 25th. Starts at 9 a.m., runs till about 11. And it is at the Christchurch PCA, 1301 North Linden Street in Normal. There's a QR code if you are if you can hop online, and you can watch the recorded archive if you don't happen to be in front of a screen right now. But there's a QR code to register for the event. And you mentioned, obviously, goal is to raise some funds and help support the center. If folks are interested in donating, maybe not necessarily being at the event, whether they're an individual or perhaps a business, you mentioned you're a not-for-profit organization. Right. How would folks get in touch with you to set up a donation?
So they can go to our website. There's a couple ways that they could get to it. So you can just go to pregnancyresourcecenter.org and either go to events and choose which community event that you want to sponsor, or you can just go to the donate button and then give that way. And then there's a memo there, so you can say the Bloomington Walk or the Lincoln Walk, or however you want to do it, and you just give that way.
Okay. You also, I picked up on, you mentioned that your shirts have a theme on them for 2026. Do you know what is the theme?
The theme is Dare to Believe. So sometimes you go through life and there's a lot of trials and storms that you're facing. And sometimes when you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, it can feel like you're going through a lot. So it has a buffalo on it, and it says Dare to Believe, because we feel that women are strong, and buffaloes are known for going into a storm, and we want to walk along somebody in the midst of those trials. So we are there for her, and we want her to know that she's stronger than she thinks, and that she can dare to believe that she can do this.
Okay. And I think it was, the walk information has the circle with the Dare to Believe buffalo on it. I wondered why that was there.
Yes,
I thought maybe you were partnering with the Bloomington Bison or something.
No, every year we have a theme, and we're working on one of our incentive levels. I think we're going to have some gift cards from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
If you raise so much money, that's the goal that we're reaching for. So
very nice. So,
yeah.
So we mentioned that event. Also mentioned the curbside care event coming up. And is there? I asked you this before, but I'll ask it in a different way. Is there a certain, not necessarily, well, let me ask it this way. If folks are interested in helping the organization, but maybe they can't donate funds, maybe they can come sweep the floors or paint a building or something. Do you accept sort of service donations, I guess?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, we have about 6-7 staff members between the Bloomington and Lincoln location, but we also have about 25 to 30 volunteers at any given time. So we have people that come in that are willing to work with clients through our education program, or to work on our fundraisers, or to answer the telephone, or to clean. So there's always volunteer opportunities. If somebody is wanting to do that, they can go to our website, which is pregnancyresourcecenter.org, and just click the button that says Get Involved. Fill out an application, come in, and we'll talk. We'll do all your training. We'll do the background checks. But if you have a heart to help women, we'd love to talk to you.
Okay, very good. We're near the bottom of the hour. Why don't we let the folks know again about the curbside care event?
So the next event in Lincoln is going to be on Thursday, April 30th from 9 to around 3 or 4 o'clock. We close at 4, so they probably put that 3 on there. But if you have need of some diapers and wipe, you can stop by anytime during the day that day, or call ahead and we'll get it ready for you, and we'd love to be able to help you.
Okay, and again, we've got the number on the screen, 217-735-4838. The Lincoln Center located at 308 North Union Street in Lincoln. So I guess we made it to the end of the half hour. So thank you for putting up with Dolly there.
Oh, no problem. She's been sweet.
You were best friends a little bit earlier, but
yes.
we didn't get that on camera, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us again. And once again, if you'd like more information about the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center, you can go to what was the website again?
Pregnancyresourcecenter.org.
Okay, and we'll have information, or we do have information about the events on our calendar of events, the curbside care, as well as the event in Bloomington. So thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're on your way to the 5 Timers Club, like they have on Saturday Night Live. So,
there you go.
All right, so again, we invite you to tune in next week. Molly McCain will be here from the LMH Health Collaborative, and I want to thank Ellen for joining us. Once again, I'm Loyd Kirby, a marketing manager here at WLCN, and we will be back next week.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.